They had spent Saturday on the water with friends, on Dan's powerboat. Fresh air and salt spray are terrific soporifics. He wore only undershorts in the cool San Diego night, but Linda was dressed more warmly in pajamas. He slept on the side of the double bed nearest the door that led to the stair landing. In the relatively small room, he was also closest to the wall. The closed door of their bedroom faced Betty Broderick at the top of the stairs. Undaunted, she walked down the hall, going through the open doorway of another room closer to the back of the house. She knew the small TV room led to a bathroom adjoining the master bedroom. From that doorway, she would be inside before Dan knew she was there. It was part of her plan that he have no warning of her presence. Pushing on the door from the bathroom, Betty Broderick stepped into the bedroom. Drapes covered the window, keeping the brightness of the dawn out of the room. She could see only the vaguest shapes of furniture and people. 2 years later, she wept as she recounted the next few seconds of that morning. The door to their bedroom was partially open. It wasn't closed, like ajar. The motion I made, although I don't think it was a big motion, the movement I made into their bedroom woke them up and they moved. Somebody screamed, "Call the police," and I said no. I just fired the gun and this big noise went off, and then I grabbed the phone and I got the hell out of there. But I wasn't in that room. It was just an explosion. I moved, they moved, the gun went off, and it was like, ah! It was that fast. That fast, and one explosion, set off by a slight movement, perhaps a scream. Betty Broderick is the only one left alive to tell the story. She remembers only one explosion, but the gun fired 5 times. 3 of the hollow point bullets hit the 2 people on the bed. The police found 2 more bullet holes, one in the wall beyond the bed and one embedded in a bedside table. Betty Broderick insisted she didn't remember pulling the trigger 5 times, or even aiming the revolver she was holding. The curtained room was dark, the furniture only dim shapes, and she didn't recall seeing the pair on the bed. Just what she described as an impression of someone on the mattress near the door as she entered the bedroom. Questioned about those seconds, Broderick explained she had visual memories, like slides, but some of them are blank. I remember opening the door to the bedroom, so I see myself doing that, but then I don't see anything else. I know I grabbed the phone, but I don't remember leaving the house or running down the stairs or anything. So it's like there are these spots missing. It's like a flash of this, and then she's over there, and a flash of that. Betty thought she remembered someone screaming, but could not be sure if it was Linda yelling, "Call the police," or her own anguished howl. I just went, "Ah!" I felt like I made a huge scream, but I don't know if I made any noise. It was just all sensation. I moved in, and they moved. Then there was this huge explosion and scream and everything all at once. Her next visual memory puts her on the other side of the bed, by Dan and the door that led to the stairs and the front door. I'm grabbing the phone so he couldn't get on it. I tried to get out of the room, and it kind of jerked, and I jerked it back and pulled it out of the wall, and I think I threw it on the top of the stairs. Behind her, she left Linda Colkenna Broderick sprawled face down across the double bed, twisted in the blood-stained sheets. 1 bullet hit the 28-year-old woman in the chest, a second in the head, killing her instantly. Dan Broderick lay on the floor next to the wall, half under the bed. He had a bullet wound in his upper back that penetrated his lung. 17 days before his 45th birthday, he died a few minutes after he was shot, still trying to reach the nightstand phone that had been snatched from his grasp. The prosecutor in California v. Broderick, Carrie Wells, described the deaths of Dan and Linda as cold-blooded murder. A longtime deputy district attorney in San Diego County and head of the Domestic Violence Bureau, Wells acknowledged no rationalization or provocation for Betty Broderick's actions on that morning in early November. And the lawyer maintained a cold fury as she prosecuted the case for more than 2 years. Broderick herself never denied firing the fatal shots, although she always insisted she did not remember pulling the trigger. She contended the emotional and psychological abuse that she endured